welcome for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. So this is The Art of Astrology, a practical guide to reading your horoscope, edited by Southgate. So first of all, just to start with that, why is it edited by? There's no other contributors that I can find to this book. Why is it edited by? That is the weirdest thing ever. I've read other edited by books, but usually when you open the book, then you find the other. Literally, one I'm going to be talking about, this, not related to my current existence, but I'm reading a lot of these books right now, and this is an edited by book. This, oh my god, has other authors in here. Every single article is a different author. It has the section name and then a person, and then that makes sense for edited by. This doesn't have that. This is just like, hey, words, textbook, edited by. I don't get it. So yeah, that's just right out the gate. You can tell where this is gonna go. But this book talks a little bit about astrology. It really mainly focuses on your sun sign. It does a little bit of an introduction into what is astrology, what is your natal chart, a random section on the Chinese zodiac, which was interesting, but it was so brief, so okay. Really the majority of this is on your sun sign, and weird things. So I just flipped to Sagittarius, so go with that. So it tells you the dates. Quick summary, tells you what card in the tarot it's associated with. Then you've got your little blobby quick blob of traditional associations, so colors, countries, which I'm sorry, but doesn't that get dated? Like, just saying. I feel like there's the USSR used to be a country. Are you gonna list that? Are you gonna list all the countries that used to be, like East and West Germany? Like, anyways, that is such a side tangent. I could see maybe continents, I guess, if you wanted to. I've never seen that listed. Anyways, then you have the tarot card, flowers, birthstone, animals, which was interesting. I have never heard of my own. Frogs. Hell yeah, give me frogs. I hate crabs. They're the ugliest creatures. Oh my god. All of the, oh, why? I hate crabs. They're so hideous. And I could be Team Frog. I can be Team Frog for us. Call us the frogs, please, because we're crabs and frogs, apparently, if this book be true. I've never heard it before in all of my many years, so if we can be the frogs, I am so down for that. I hate crabs, and I hate the name of mine even worse. Anyways, then you have occupations, which is interesting, herbs, trees, cities, because again, that doesn't change at all. Even in my county, we have had cities get absolved into other ones and create new. They split, they change. And yeah, why? And then food. And this one's really great. Food from around the world. Because, you know, sure. Okay. Personally, the Sagittarius I know is a very picky eater, so like that would not fly. Homegirl barely eats anything. I don't know how she survives, to be honest. It's my niece, and she like I've had to babysit her a handful of times. She doesn't eat. She has like maybe, I swear to god, like 4 bites of food and it's like, I'm good. Just meanders. Meanwhile, I am the opposite. I probably have an unhealthy love of food where you're like constantly thinking about your next meal, and like I've been daydreaming about my lunch since I had lunch yesterday. To be fair, it's really good. It's like a protein version of like a mac and cheese, and I put Beyond Burger, and then I add like some barbecue and ketchup and make my own little saucy sauce for it. So good. But still. Anyways, but my niece, she's not a foodie like I am, where you're constantly thinking about food at any given time. She's the opposite. I don't think she cares at all, really, about it. Anyways, so then it gets into some lovely gendering, because we know how I love that. So we have the Sagittarius man, and it describes how you're supposed to look physically, and, like, your personality. Like, if you're a Sagittarian man, you are at the heart a bit of a gambler, and occasionally be quite reckless. But if you're a Sagittarian woman, you are the gypsies of the zodiac. Okay. You are compelled to follow your passions and roam far and wide in your search for happiness. And, like, the Sagittarian woman has a striking face, often with handsome features. Your body is lithe? Is that how that word's supposed to be pronounced? And like the men, your thighs are well developed. Your eyes are bright and your expression is frank and honest. You have a hearty appearance and walk with confidence, uninhibited steps, looking directly ahead. My niece kind of does that, but also is a teenager, so just scattered, because teenage hormones. But that just feels so weird, and all of them have this. 90% of them, everyone is freaking athletic, so that seems not true, because I have known plenty. I don't know every single one. Well, no, actually, maybe I do. I think the only one I might know, no, even then I do. I think I know every single one of the zodiacs, so none of them have been accurate, actually, really, and it seems really stupid to include, and it made me consider, is this the pagan version of, like, where we bring into the conversation of, like, nature versus nurture? Because, like, what? No? And, like, your circumstance, anyways, it's, yep. So then you have your dress sense, because obviously every single person in your known zodiac is going to dress the same. Because, like, many Sagittarians put off buying new clothes until absolutely necessary, and when you finally do so, your purchases are usually hasty and impulsive, with only a cursory search for a bargain. These shopping expeditions often result in mistakes, and some garments may have been exchanged. Okay, I don't know that that applies to all Sagittarius. I feel like my niece doesn't count yet. She doesn't have her own money. Like 25 and up kind of people, you know? But yeah, it's just like, what? And then it has health over here. And it's like, Sagittarians have active physical lifestyles that keep them robust and healthy. 90% of the zodiacs apparently do that, which is like, are you sure? Because, like, no. And then it talks about, like, in later years, arthritis and rheumatism can affect your hips, which I don't know how accurate that is for all Sagittarians. I feel like maybe for my niece, it does run on the family that we have arthritis, and that pretty much, I feel like every old person I've ever met ever has had hip replacements, so I don't know if that's specific to signs, if it's genetic. I just have yet to met any old people that haven't had some joint replaced. Usually hips, sometimes knees, occasionally shoulders. That's probably going to be me, because I suck at posture. Even doing this, I'm instinctively, like, just curling into a ball. But yeah, so then you have lifestyle choices. This is the longest about a book ever. Can you tell where we're going with this? Sagittarians have a strong affinity for the country, and many of you tend to have homes there. City life, with all of its population, noise, and intense pollution, noise, and intense population, can be stifling. If you do live in an urban environment, you are often forced to go for a drive just to keep your sanity. I don't know how accurate that is, to be honest. I guess I could have stuck with mine, because that would have been better, or maybe my husband that I know, but whatever, we're sticking with it. Exercise. What exercise is best for your sign? That feels weird. Your sign at play, again, super weird. And then it has your love match of the signs and how well you're going to get along, I guess, which every single one of these books says me and my husband shouldn't get along, so take that for what it's worth. Because, like, it's, I don't know, even in here for the Chinese zodiac, I'm not supposed to be with him, because he was what was he? He was a rooster, and I am a rat, and my mom is a rat, so that's why apparently we get along so well. And yet also, like, he's a, what is his? His is a fixed, and mine's a cardinal for the zodiac, you know, Leo and not crab, frog. If that one turns out, like, I gotta do some research, but, like, if that is our other option, I can totally embrace frogs. I'm so down for that. Give me frogs. But then it just moves on to the next one. So then you got Capricorn, my other niece, at least one of them. And then you go through here, and then it just ends. See, you got the same page for them, where it's like your perfect love match, which is super weird. And then just the index, and then that's it. And then you have photo credits, and then for real, that's it. And I did not love this. I'm giving it a 3 and in the meh category, because again, I do love the fact that if I could be a frog, hell yeah. But, like, other than that, like, I don't know, it's fine. Again, some of them, it was like random points were accurate, but others really were not. Like, for instance, the Aries people that I know does not apply at all. Like the polar opposite. Multiple people, different times in the Aries zodiac. And like, you know, it's still within the confines easily, yet present differently, yet never what this book or any of them really say. This is why I struggle with astrology. It's not always accurate. Even mine was like, My husband, the only one I've ever have accurate ever, every single time, is Virgo. Every single Virgo I have known matches that one perfectly. Everyone else, not really, ever. Like the Aquarius people I've known, absolutely not. Capricorn, some of the traits, not all of them. Gemini, Libra, all of them. It's just like, kind of, but no. And one of the things that, you know, maybe that's just my own experience. Maybe the folks here in Utah are just wildly off doing our own thing. Would not be surprised. Did you know being in Utah, and specifically Mormonism, apparently has like a traceable thing, like the DNA stuff? Mormon is an option now because they have their own traits, because they like keep with their own so much that they have actually created their own breed. Like, it's wild. So like, if that just happened with our zodiacs, that we just like went, meh, we're just gonna do our own thing here? I don't know, because it never matches really. Some of it, yes, never completely. Does that mean you need to look at the whole chart? Probably. Do any of these books ever actually really walk you through that, holding your hand? No. Really not at all. I've yet to find the one that matches my brain wavelength to be like, oh, this makes sense. Yeah. Most of them are like, what? And then you get bored and you're like, wow, this feels like a textbook. I'm done. Bye. Like, I have yet to find one that really like holds my hand gently through walking through this. And this was not it. But also, why is it edited by? There's no why is it edited by? Where did you get your information? There are no sources. I don't know where this information came from. That's why I gotta find out if frogs are really associated to mine. Cause if I could not be a crab, ooh, I'm taking that one. I'm running with that. But like, I've never heard of that ever, I don't think. Maybe I read it and I just totally forgot, but I feel like I would remember that. I feel like I would remember being frogs, cause that's fun. Frogs are freaking cool, dude. We don't really have them here. We sometimes have toads, but we don't have usually frogs a whole lot. It's not like other places where you're like, oh my god, there's toads, there's frogs, there's blah, blah, blah. We don't have that. We have snakes. And even those are kind of rare usually. But birds, got a lot of birds, but not really frogs. But also it's a desert, so that kind of makes sense. Anyways, maybe on the east side, maybe in the rich people mountains, there are frogs. That could be, because they have mountains and rivers and stuff. And most of the state does not have that. But some of the mountains do. Some of the mountains are blessed. But they're also where rich people live, like Heber and Park City. If you don't know Utah geographics, don't worry about it. It's just where rich people live. And I do mean rich people. Apparently, Post Malone, I think it was, has a house here in like Park City. Maybe Heber. One of the two. But he bought a house here. And there's other ones. People buy houses here. Celebrities like bail on California and then they're like, ooh, come to Utah. Why? Don't know, but they come here. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know why it's edited by. I don't know why there's no sources. I would love to find out where frogs got associated to mine, and I'm not completely convinced on how accurate the information is. It's one of those things in magic and in the craft that I struggle, because it has yet to completely be accurate for any person. For mine, I can usually be like, yeah, sorta, and like if you stick with kind of generics, just sun sign, sometimes it's like, yeah, but also, I don't know, like, I just, and I would say it's like, oh, just one or two like stray examples, but like every single time they don't usually match. And I've heard that maybe it's because like your rising sign is the one that like presents to the world. So like, that's a question if you've made it this far. Do I give Capricorn, or do I give the god-awful name I don't like to use, crabs / maybe frogs, aka cancers? But I hate our name. I want a different name. It's one of the reasons I don't like Western astrology, because I just hate our name so much. It's horrible. It's associated with something else. Give us a different name. That's why I call us the crabs. But if I could be frogs, hell yeah. I could be frogs. Team Frog. I really hope that's true. I really gotta, like, actually look it up. Because I just finished reading this book, exercised, put on makeup, and then decided to come chat with you. So I haven't looked it up. But also, if they could give me sources. Why is there no sources? I want to know where you got your information. So, anyways, yes, there's a lot of ramblings here. So I would love to know your thoughts on this. Again, if your zodiac is always accurate, please tell me, because I would love to know. Because mine's kind of, but also not, and it took a long time to get here. Like, I'm only now coming up to my 30s, like really embracing most of the aspect that mine is. We're the mother of the crew, and that has not been me for a long time. Also, by the way, this is not a silent announcement. I gotta save like $200,000 to go on specifically this journey. So buy my books, because that is expensive. So it's a long way to the road, but yeah, anyways, I would love to know if you match yours in the comments down below. And yeah, until next time, huge thank you to my patrons. Your audiobook is coming this weekend, so keep an eye out for that. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.